Hello, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you. Wonderful saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening? What is going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings. I speak to you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who are hashtagging and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on, I don't know you on, and I might not never know you on. I could appreciate that. And for those who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, yes, 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 and yes. Let's make it do what it do. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So we've been talking about emotions and stuff like that, and how to make sure that we manage them as opposed to them managing us, right? How to talk about how we manage them as opposed to them managing us. And so, one way of thinking about it or knowing about it is thinking about our brain and how our brain is designed to keep us safe, right? So it will it will do some things that's not necessarily the best thing for us for what we're trying to accomplish. But one of the things is like um, our brain. So it's called a hijack, a amygdala hijack. I wish I could. It's I got it somewhere. It's a really good explanation, and I don't know where it is. I want to read it, but I can't. I don't remember where I got it from. But at any rate, basically, um, the amygdala is the portion of our brain, a part of it's the center where our emotions are processed. And and if the amygdala, good morning, cousin, all is well. Pray the same for you. Good morning, Brian. Love you back, and you have a good day as well. But when the mm, when um when that happens, right? When our amygdala takes over, our prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of our brain, is shut down, right? It's not functioning as well as we need it to. So you've seen it, and if you've ever seen or heard of a person in road rage, their amygdala has taken over. They are not able. They are not um, in a place where they're not processing what's happening. They're not making decisions. Good morning, Virginia from Virginia. They are not making decisions. They are kind of primal at that space, at that place. They're kind of primal, and they're allowing the the emotional part of their brain to make the decision in this situation. It can be a very dangerous situation when our amygdala is in charge. Yeah, it could just be dangerous because I'm not. Yeah, yeah, because then we're not deciding amongst the best possible outcomes, amongst the best possible situation, right? We are not deciding. And so, uh, and so uh, it is important to, to make sure that we have things in place that can help us to keep our thinking brain online. Good morning, Michelle. Welcome. Good morning. To keep our thinking brain online, it's important to make sure that we know the difference, that we know when our amygdala has hijacked, right? Has hijacked, and the result of it, right? And so again, road rage, amygdala has been hijacked, right? It is hijacked the situation, and so it's almost like if you're driving a car and we've got our thinking brain. Good morning, Ray Price. It is hump day. Yeah, it sure is, isn't it? We've got our thinking brain. Let me see. You're driving a car and we've got our thinking brain that is driving and things like that. And when the amygdala take over, it's just like it kicks the thinking brain from up under the wheel, and it takes over, and it's like driving us crazy all over the place. And we don't want that to happen. I really want to be able to read it to you all, but I do not know where the heck what I have so much. I'm always collecting data from somewhere. Always collecting data from somewhere, and I just don't know what that was a part of. But at any rate, I think I do know where it is. Anyway, we want to, so let me just talk about, we want to always have something. Do you think about something that can easily get you upset or frustrated or irritated? Like you can easily find yourself being highly emotional, right? Where it's difficult to regulate, if you will, right? Where it's difficult to regulate. It's difficult to feel your emotions, to know what you're feeling and know what you need to do, and to be able to do it. Do you see? And so that's when the amygdala, right, has hijacked, right, is hijacked. And so when we need to have things in place. One of the best tools for that is deep breathing. You always have your breath with you. You always have the ability to breathe, to stop and breathe, to take deep breaths, because we need to regulate. We need to be able to regulate our emotions. This is not about saying what's right or wrong. It's just about saying, am I in the best position to make a decision? Do you see? Am I in the best decision? Is my thinking brain back online? Or is it offline because of me being in a highly emotional state? Do you see? We need our thinking brain to be online as often as possible. As often as possible. We don't want to be in a situation where we need to make a decision and like, have you ever seen somebody, particularly in an office setting, their supervisor, did something, or somebody in leadership. It don't even have to be leadership. It could be, peers did something and the other person is ticked off. And so they just leave. I'm done. I'm walking out of here. And no, that's not in a position to walk away. That their prefrontal cortex was probably offline, right? It was not the one in the driver's seat. Because wisdom says that if I am in a position that I really need to be employed, and I am employed, and I don't have a bridge to another employment at the moment, I probably need to stay where I am and come up with a plan, figure out how to stay there and stay there well, like be well while I stay there, and then bridge to somewhere else, but not jump out the frying pan into the fire because I'm ticked off because I don't like what just happened, or I don't like what's been happening. Are you safe? Are you safe? Right? Because if you are physically safe, we can do some things with the mental and emotional. We can do some things. If you are physically safe, we can do some things internally to help you to navigate what's happening. And I understand toxic environment. Believe me, I do. But I also understand that if we need to take care of the bottom line, pay our bills and such, we have the responsibility of household things, and we abort the thing that is bringing us in the finances, then whereas you have a mental thing, a struggle at work, now you're going to have a mental struggle everywhere else. Do you see? It's not going to be just isolated to work because of maybe a toxic environment. But now, without finances, you're going to have a struggle everywhere else. Do you see? So you won't be at work, you won't have that struggle, but at home, with children, with bill payers, with other obligations. So look, I'm going to isolate it to one place. If I'm going to struggle in this season, let me just struggle in one place. And then when I leave that place, keep in mind, you don't live there. When I leave that place, I can go home and chill. I can go home and do woosah. I can go home and exercise. I can go home and, enjoy my family. I can just go home and watch a happy movie. I can go, I can do you see? Don't jump out the frying pan into the fire. We can do something about what you think, what you're experiencing. I don't care what a person is doing. What we like to use the term a lot now. They gaslight. So what? They gaslight. Okay, I'm not saying it's not an issue. I'm not saying it's not tough. I'm not saying it's not rough. It's a toxic environment. I get it. So plan your transition. Don't jump out the plane without a parachute. I'm just saying. Morning, Erica. Love you, love you, love you, love you. And so that's another example of our amygdala taking over. I'm out of here. I ain't got to say you don't. But what's the cost, beloved? They're not gonna talk to me like that. So you're in a restaurant, in a store. I'm gonna tell them what's the cost. Like why we gonna tell them anything? If you're never gonna see this person again, if this person has no bearing on your life and they in the store cutting up, let them cut up. Let them cut up. I'm the kind of person, for real, I will walk away in a minute. Where you might be, and so it's some people might say, well, you afraid, you a coward, you are this. No, I'm Catherine. that's who I am. I'm Catherine. And Catherine is not gonna stay in an altercation. I don't think it's wise. I don't think it makes sense at all. When I can walk away intact with my life, and I'm not going to feel like I'm a coward because I didn't front them. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Fronting who? First of all, you don't ever know who you're dealing with. You don't ever know what they have dealt with. You don't ever know what they got to lose. I know what I got to lose. Oh, yeah. I know what I got to lose. And I'm not willing to put it at stake over some ego-driven nonsense. Well, they ain't going to talk to me like that. They can say anything they want to say. I'm not going to stay there for it. I'm not going to own any of it if it don't belong to me. Look, there's a statement that says, other people's opinion of me ain't none of my business. Well, do you know they said? Like, don't even tell me what they said because I don't even want to know. If it doesn't have to do with my safety, I don't need to know. If you overheard somebody talking about me negatively, you can share the positive stuff with me because it's life-giving. It's going to add to me. I could appreciate that. Don't share the negative stuff with me because it's not going to add life to me. It's just not. I'm going to have to use some energy for it to not stick and stuff like that. I'd rather use my energy somewhere else. So that's the same thing. So you best to believe if it's a stranger somewhere and they, rowdy and saying something and da-da-da-da and so on and so forth. No, my amygdala will not take over, will not hijack me because I'm not going to let it. I might not like it. It's not going to feel good to me in the moment, but I'm not going to stay there for them to keep vomiting on me. I'm not going to stay in a situation for somebody to misuse and abuse me. No, I'm going to walk away. Yep. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk away. I'm not going to allow misuse and abuse and things like that. Do you see? I might bring something to somebody's attention so that they know, but I'm not going to get into an altercation. I might hold. I'm just like, excuse me, but did you realize that? And then if they were like, oh, then we can have a conversation. I'm gonna invite them. I'm gonna do that. But if they were like, well, I don't know, I'm like, that's my ticket to walk away because that person is not in a place to have a conversation, which is what I would want to do. Have a life-giving conversation. They are not positioned to have a life-giving conversation, and I'm not going to be in an altercation. I am 62 years old. I wasn't doing altercations at 32, probably not at 22. I'm definitely not doing them now because I'm not. No, 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 beloved. No. We gonna either talk it out or we not, because I don't really care that somebody said I'm whatever. Because what I do know is my name is Catherine, and I'm me. I'm nothing else but me, right? So whatever somebody else needs to apply because they're not emotionally regulating, I have worked to build the skills and to have strategies and tools to know how to emotionally regulate. It won't feel good. I won't like it, right? But it will feel worse, and I absolutely will not like it if things blow up. Like then I'm gonna have a problem with me. Because then I'm gonna be like, okay, really, Kathy, you couldn't have done something different than that. You couldn't have came up with a better choice. You couldn't have walked away. Really, Kathy? That was your choice to scream and holler at somebody, to be in somebody's face, to call people names. That was the choice you made, Catherine. Come on, baby. That was you had a whole bunch of other choices that you could have made that was available to you, and that's what you chose. We got to do some work. We got to see what's going on. What's going on with you that you didn't have other options available? I just need to know that. That's how I be talking to myself. And I don't even want to have that kind of conversation with me. Do you see? Because with the conversation I'm not going to have is, hey, you walked away, so you're a coward. Because I don't believe that at all. I believe it's wisdom to walk away. I said there are so many people who are either in prison or who are in jail because their amygdala they've been hijacked, right? They've been hijacked, and they didn't think. They didn't make a decision. So people have lost their lives. People are in prison. People's family situations are changed forever because somebody's ego took over, right? Their ego took over. So not willing to be a part of that kind of engagement. I will walk away, run away, all the things. Yes, I will. I'm that girl. And I'm going to be telling you, come on. What you doing? Are we not doing that? We are not doing that. Come on. Come on. You can be mad at me or whatever, but I'm not going to let you with me and we together. Oh no, you not gonna have an altercation either. I'm not gonna stand back and let you have an altercation. Now I will be in your face saying, stop it. Stop it. What are you doing? I'll be calling your name. I'll be calling your name very loudly. Hey, 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 what you doing? Right? You know how we do it. Come on, come on, come on. Come on back to me. Let's go. Out of here. Because I don't want you in an altercation either. All right, beloved. I hope you got some insight today. I love you. I value you. I appreciate you. And at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished. You and I gave up the right to not be amazing. You do not have the right to not be amazing because you are. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.